What's up, good people? I hope you're doing extremely well. Welcome to another Wealth and Wellness. Today we are going to be talking about loving yourself, self-love. I wanted to talk about this because there's so much going on that I'm watching unfold in the world today. What's always going on, it's just to a heightened degree right now because of for a lot of different reasons and a lot of different factors. But I wanted to talk about it from a perspective of self-love and just loving yourself, because a lot of the things that I see happening with people, with just how we're going at each other, specifically men and women right now, going at each other about each other's worth and what they mean to each other. And, you have all of these people building these scenarios where men and women are being pitted against each other in a worth battle. I'm worth more than you because I have this, this, and this, or I'm a high value man because I can do this, this, and this, and you're not worthy of me because I'm, valued at this. It's really interesting because I think a lot of it stems from people really not loving themselves and having, their own understanding of their self-worth. So we begin to have all these conversations about what people need to be for us to be interested in them, for us to be a part of their lives, and for them to be a part of our lives. And, I find it, interesting sometimes because as we're having these conversations and people are chiming in, on either side of the aisle or for whatever reason, people are really, to me, showing how hurt they are, and how damaged they are around just their own understanding of their value and, really not loving themselves, really not caring about themselves and feeling whole in their own skin. And it's hard to listen to sometimes, but I start to really unravel what's really happening, as I listen, because, I want to be aware of what's going on with people as I'm talking to them. And it's always beneficial for me to have a overarching graph of what people are thinking in those terms. Not just because I want to have something to say, but just so that I understand how to be sensitive to what people are actually going through. And, it's hard though, because it's one of those things where people are really becoming so disconnected with their own love for themselves. And it's kind of, they have this fake love for themselves, this, this arrogant, prideful love for themselves that really has nothing to do with self-love. It's pride and it's ego. It's an egotistical love. I've put on all of this, I've put on all of these things. I have this checklist of things now so that you have to see me in a certain light. And, it's like, okay, well, if you don't have value without that checklist of things, then there's nothing really there. You have to value yourself without the checklist. And that's what I want people to understand. We need to get back to valuing ourselves and loving ourselves and the people around us without a checklist. I shouldn't have to look at you over and say, okay, you got on the right pair of shoes, you got your hair done the right way, you're all these things, we can have a conversation because you have this checklist of things. That's ridiculous. There used to be a time where people could have a basic conversation just based on, okay, are you in the right frame of mind? You know what I mean? Are you in the right frame of mind? Are you a enemy? Or are you a friend? Where are you coming from? Are you a friend or a foe? That used to be the basic, criteria. Now, people don't care if you're a friend or a foe. You just have to have the checklist. And it's like, I don't want to be around people that are a foe to me just because they have the checklist that everybody thinks they should have, that's ridiculous. We have to get away from that. We have to start back understanding our basic value. People need to get back to understanding their basic value. And actually, I think it would fix a lot of the issues that people are having with each other. You know, if we get back to the understanding of, you know what, you have basic value because you're a human being and I'm a human being. And here we have the same needs. We have the same wants. Let's come to a point of understanding, not based on this checklist of things, but based on us being human beings and we're in our right frame of mind. Are you a friend or are you a foe? That's what we need to start understanding again, because a lot of the people that we are becoming enamored with aren't really our friends. A lot of the people that people see as friends are not their friends. Just because someone is in the right outfit, you know, have the right kind of lashes on and all of these things does not make them your friend. They can be your enemy. You need to understand that. We need to stop looking at things from a checklist perspective and really get back to loving ourselves. You have to love yourself first. It's hard to be in a healthy relationship with a person that doesn't love themselves. And, you know, I know most of us have been in those relationships and we may have been the person that didn't love ourselves, you know, but it's hard for people to coexist in a healthy relationship without self-love and without self-understanding and self-awareness. You know, you have to be at a point where, you know, you love yourself enough to let whatever situation is happening go. You know, you have to be at that place, because if not, you end up being in situations where you can't let go of the things that are hurting you. You can't let go of the things that are harming you. You can't let go of the things that don't bring any value to your life. Self-love. That's why we get into situations like right now where you have men and women being enamored with this conversation of unworthiness. You know, people telling you that you're not worthy because you have this, this, and this, and you believe that. You know, people believe in that. Men and women telling each other that they're not worthy because they have these things about them that, you know, they don't have this checklist of things, or they've reached a point in their life where they can't be this at this level anymore. That's ridiculous. I've seen people who, you know, one person may be a garbage collector, the other person may be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I've seen those people be more in love than two people who are multi-millionaire billionaires because they have, you know, reached this checklist of things in their life. You got to get off that page, people, if you want to prosper as a human being and be happy with yourself and be, you know, happy in the life that you build for yourself or build with someone else. You have to love yourself first. I just wanted to say that. I wanted to, you know, kind of put that out there because it's something that is definitely prevalent in the world we are living in right now that I see, and people are becoming, in my opinion, too comfortable with tearing each other down and treating each other with disrespect. Now, I get that there needs to be reform about, you know, relationships and things like that. No, I get that, you know, and I see that, and I see why these conversations are being had. They need to be had. But I think one of the missing components of a lot of it is the understanding of self-worth and self-love. Love yourself first. Love yourself first. I hope this has been extremely helpful for someone. And until we talk again, I wish you health, wealth, and freedom.